High adventure and helicopter flying are the same. Then you throw in hauling one to Alaska so you can fly into your own gold mine. Well, nothing gets more exciting than that. Thank God I learned to fly them after high school because no one has had more fun than me, and I'm always looking forward to my next new life experience. No woulda, coulda, and shoulda for me. I found my Brantly B2, what I flew for flight training long ago in Texas by doing a mail-out from the FAA registry in Oklahoma, which keeps records on every aircraft in America. The owner answered and said he wanted to sell his ship since he didn't fly anymore, and it was just sitting in his workshop. I drove from my Arizona winter home and found it was exactly what I wanted. Low priced, had its own trailer, and was in really good condition. Now all I had to do is get it to Alaska. Owning helicopters is a big problem in Alaska, especially if you only use one for 3 or 4 months each year. Nowadays, all the small two-place ones cost more than 100,000. But the real deal breaker is insurance coverage. It's gotten unaffordable, maybe as much as 20% of hull value every year, and no bank will loan you money for one unless you're fully insured. So unless you have 100,000 laying around and can afford to self-insure, you're out of luck. Your only option is to buy a cheap helicopter, so the Brantly is probably your best option. You can find them for as little as 15,000, needing repairs of course, but 50,000 will buy you a nice one, ready to go. What's even better, the Brantly is fairly easy to maintain and still is the easiest one to fly. The first step was to remove the main rotor blades, wrap them in carpet foam for protection, then hoist the helicopter by its mast so I could back the trailer under its skids. Then it was only a matter of securing everything so it wouldn't damage itself on the Alaskan Highway, which is always under construction along one stretch or another. I always plan 500 miles a day from the lower 48, which then takes 8 days to complete the 4,000-mile trip. I'm showing you pictures of a second Brantly I bought a couple years later to demonstrate how to hoist a helicopter. Position a trailer underneath, then secure it from bouncing around and getting hit by rocks flying off the road. I'm happy to answer your questions in comments if you want to haul one yourself, and needless to say, it's a real conversation piece when you stop for gas, not to mention all the people who yell and wave as they pass you on the highway. I got to my friend's place in Willow, Alaska, which is 35 air miles from my gold mine, reinstalled the main rotor blades, then after some test flying, set off for my mine. Back and forth I went, hauling a couple 100 pounds of equipment and supplies in the passenger seat, plus 50 more in the baggage compartment, and everything worked really well. I had paid cash for the Brantly, did need insurance, refused to carry passengers so I had no risk other than to myself and maybe some trees, and got my mining season completed. I landed and picked up some moose racks, which are always worth money, snooped around some old gold rush mines, and had a great time with my barn find. Maybe Brantly can work for you as well, and they're good for practice and building solo time. Think about it. But in any event, always stay safe.